Hello once again, and belated hello once again, I should say. I did warn everyone this was going to be very infrequent. Maybe more infrequent than I hinted at. We had a very eventful winter. Very interesting times we are currently living in our household. So, I mean, you gotta enjoy the excitement when it happens. Some crazy transitions going on, some crazy moments. But we made it. We made it through, and now it's time to get back into it. It's time to do a Monster Muse. Hopefully, a little bit more often this time. I've gotten some pretty good feedback. I'm enjoying doing it. It's fun. We're going to start. I had episode 3 done, but for whatever reason, my Yeti, I think, which is chaotic evil, decided at that point to be amusing to betray me. So I didn't get any audio for the poem, which is, of course, very important when you're trying to read a poem. You need to have people who hear you. So we're just going to do it. We're going to run it back. So just so everyone knows what it was, I did the roll. I don't remember what it is, but we got a tanka, so we know it was between 26 and 30, and we knew it was. What was it? It was none of these poems. Thoughtful, no. Meditative. I think it was a meditative. Here it is. Reflective, meditative, introspective poem. And the creature was a Kuo-Toa Dominator. Or Kuo-Toa. I don't think it was a Dominator. I think that's the name of the monster we made. We'll get into that in a second. I'm going to find the monster really quick, so we know exactly what I did. Very close. That's a Kraken. It's a knight. Wrong way, maybe? There it is. 1 page off. It was based off a Kuo-Toa Whip. That's what it was. So we started with a Kuo-Toa Whip. We are going to get to what I am calling the Kuo-Toa Dominator. A very cool monster. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Let's get this video done. And I think in the end we will change format a bit. And we're going to roll the next monster and poem style on this video. So everyone knows exactly what we're doing. Alright, let's go ahead and get into what we're doing. As you see here, we have our, like I said, we have our tanka poem. And it is going to be reflective. Wherever that went to. Reflective, thoughtful, introspective, meditative poem. Tanka poems are very interesting. And yes, it sounds exactly like the toy truck. I did look that up. It's 5 lines, very haiku styled, 5-7-5-7-7. So very similar to haiku, just 2 extra lines, so 7 syllable lines, I guess you can say. Really neat poem. Let's go ahead. The leash the lash cuts their flesh. Sparks reflect off of my cold scales. Fear binds them to me. What will they do for mercy? Seas turn red for my kindness. And when I first got this, I was like, this is could be a redeeming poem. This could be a poem about a monster that sees the error of its ways and turns good. But I was like, no, that's not a monster anymore. That's an NPC. We want a monster. So I made a monster, the Koa-Toa Dominator. And we got some art here. He's very meditative, very reflective upon who or what he is. He's sitting at the bottom of the ocean, reflecting upon his world and what he can do. And boy, what this monster can do. It is exciting. I took the Koa-Toa Whip, we mixed him up with a little bit of monk, a little bit of control, and we get the Dominator. Very Koa-Toa. He's got an extra AC because we're adding the wisdom to his AC. So he gets the natural armor, He gets his dex, he gets his wisdom, because this is a monster, we can do that. So he gets a good AC, he's got some decent hit points, because I think we boost his con a little bit. He's strong, he's ready to go. Ready for that level 5, maybe 4 to 7 party. He can be a good mid boss. He can be a good boss for that level. He's a very versatile creature, so he can do a lot of things. But let's look at the main ability that he gets, because he got a few. Like, he gets his wisdom modifier, like I said, he gets weapon mastery. Attacks that can add he gets some whip tricks, which I always support. If someone's going to have a whip, they should be able to do some tricks, because whips themselves are not that impressive. So he can use various weapon masteries. He can use slowing, sapping, tripping, pushing, lash to basically just get some control on the battlefield. His whip is a bone whip. It does 1d6 plus 3 slashing and 2d6 lightning damage. He also gets this. This is what I was really excited about. He can, in place of a normal bone whip attack, use Dominator or any of his lashes. He can use Dominator Lash. It's a melee attack, plus 6 to attack. Reach is 5 feet. Hit is 1d6 plus 3 slashing damage. So it doesn't get the lightning in this one. It recharges on a 5 or 6. Target has to make a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw or fail. The target acts as though they're affected by the Dominate monster spell. At the end of their turn, the target can repeat the save, ending the effects on a successful save. After 3 failed saves, the effect becomes permanent and can only be ended with the remove curse spell or the Dominator's death. Once this effect becomes permanent on a target, it automatically recharges. So this guy, he basically can control other creatures. He can control players. It's a great potential side quest to have to go and save one of your companions who failed the 3 saving throws. He can control other denizens of the deep that maybe not have a good wisdom save. Maybe even creatures with a larger CR than him. As long as he can get that hit, he can control those monsters. It's a very intriguing story type. I really enjoyed making this creature. I really want to run this creature in a low-level game and see how the players handle one of their friends getting taken over. Or even realizing one of their trusted NPC friends was taken over by this monster. He works great as an invading force. If he's the main boss that the players are dealing with, he's taken over several creatures, or maybe, like I said, he's taken a trusted NPC companion, and he's moving in. He's taking the surface world. As lieutenant for a big bad evil bad guy, very much the same thing. He can throw down, he can fight, he can really set up other minions for success with lots of his abilities. He can do a lot of things, and I really enjoyed making this bad guy, inspired by this poem. As always, if you are interested in running this bad guy, I'm going to include the stats in the comments with this video, so you too can run this bad guy. If you do find this video and you do run this guy, please leave a comment on how it goes. How frustrating was he for the players? How successful was he? Did you get a TPK? Did you get a player kill? Just let me know how successful he is. We always try to tune our monsters to make them very thematic, very cinematic, but also very dangerous. I think that's the perfect combination when looking at a monster for 5th edition, because so many monsters are, just there to get beaten. And this isn't a guy to get beaten, he's a guy to be threatening. Alright, so that is our Monster Muse. We're going to continue on. We're going to dive right into the next one for next week, hopefully. We're going to get it back into everything. I've got a plan to run a game with Tesla soon, so we're going to do that as well. Maybe Tesla will fight this monster. It seems a little cruel in a single person game though, so we may not do that. Alright, here's our monster manual. I do have another monster manual. We have the Drakkenheim monster manual, so we may use that in the future. But for right now, let's go ahead and get our stuff set up here. Once again, we're going to roll our things. We got our poem type and our vibe check. We are ready to go. Let's set this up. First, we have our monster. It is Remor Hazes. Remor Hazes. I don't know what this is. It is a huge monstrosity unaligned. It looks crazy. Let me show you. Let me show you what it is. Hold on. Let's get a bigger camera so you guys can definitely see what I'm talking about here. That's what it is. I've never fought one of these things before. Other page would have been cool too. Revenants. Revenants are crazy in 5th edition. Or new 2024 edition. But we're gonna go after that guy. We're gonna write a poem about that guy. He looks crazy. Maybe write a poem about the penguins. They're technically there too. Alright, let's set a vibe for the poem. Or style for poem. Get some dice. $69. Can you see that? I don't know. We tried. Alright, 69. Let's go back to our spot. 69 is a ghazal. Couplets with repeated phrases and rhymes. I do like a rhyming poem with repeated phrases. That kind of sounds right up this monster's alley, honestly. It looks like it could be a perfect warning. Like, don't go here type of thing. Let's see what type of poem it is though. Hold on. Let's see the vibe of the poem. We're gonna roll one more time. $45. This is very simple. A romantic poem. Okay. I was not thinking that's where we're going, but this is a romantic poem about a horrible monstrosity. I love it. Let's get back to our guy. Where did he go? I believe we start with a G, so we're fine him. He can't hide. He can. He can. Oh, no, start with an R because it's an extravagant. There he is. We're writing a romantic poem about this guy. Something with repeated phrases and rhyming. I mean, again, maybe it's the penguins. They're cute. But alright, we're going to get you that next week. Please look back forward to Monster Muse episode 4 about the Remor Haze. A romantic poem. A romantic one here. I forgot what it was called. Contains repeated lines. It contains both. We'll find it. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week with another edition of Monster Muse. Take care and stay safe.